All right, guys. We got Papa here outside. Uh, two, 2 days ago, we really had an experience. Papa was inside the house. I was gonna prepare something uh, for lunch, and he was around me there in the kitchen, see if he can bump something off of me. And all of a sudden, he starts running around crazy and screaming with pain. It came out of nowhere. It just came out of nowhere. He goes, "Ah, ah," and running, and I couldn't hold him. He was running around. Yeah, it's okay. He's listening to me. He goes, what? And so we didn't know what to do. We're running around trying to hold him. And finally, I said, okay, let's take him outside, and maybe he has a cramp. Maybe he can stretch out his legs. Or we didn't know what happened. Well, the minute he went outside, he exploded with urine. He went push, and it was urine everywhere. He didn't take a leak. He just exploded out of there, and we didn't know. And I thought, since we had the bad experience with Berpa, that she had an internal rupture on her intestines, we thought something like similar was happening to him. And I got really nervous, and I said, we gotta go. And I just ran and put him in the car, and didn't give a chance to. She couldn't keep up with me. Anyways, we got in the car and we rushed, and we took him to the nearest vet, and the vet wasn't there. He was out to lunch, and it's a 2-hour lunch. I guess they go home, and he said, we can't wait. And we thought that the other vet that we usually deal with, we thought he was off today, that day. And we called just in case, and he says, no, he's out to lunch. He'll be back in an hour. And I said, okay, we're running over there. We want to go and check him out. Something happened to him. And I said, can you call him, tell him we have an emergency, and can he rush, back, from lunch. And so we got there, and like 5 minutes later, he walked in. Very considerate guy. Some of the vets will say, no, I have appointments, and da da da, and wouldn't see us, but he did. So we got him on the table right away, and started checking him, and heart rate and everything else. He took blood. He has a blood work diagnostics computer or machine, I don't know. He puts it in there, and it tells you. So a few minutes later, he came back with a list, and he had, this is okay, this is okay, this is okay, or this is high, but it wasn't something that I had to do with what was going on. So he says, well, we'll put him on the scanner. So we got him on the table. We're holding him, give him a tranquilizer, give him an IV because he was dehydrated. And then he started scanning. He scanned for half an hour. Couldn't find anything wrong inside. And I said, okay, nothing ruptured, nothing spilling. He says, no. He says, I can't understand why you said that he was screaming. I'm telling you, that dog was going crazy. I never seen him that way. Well, apparently, he had to go in, and he had an appointment that came in to do an insemination. I think it was artificial insemination. He does that. And now my wife and me, we kind of talking. And I said to her, you know what? I think what happened was the same thing that happened to me. I had this horrible pain. I went to the hospital, and what I had a kidney stone, or a bladder. I went through the bladder, and through the urethra, and going out the P tube, and I had this pressure when they gave me a tranquilizer. And when I got home, they told me what it was. When I got home, I felt this pressure, and I rushed to the bathroom, and boom, this thing shot like a bullet, and it came out. Well, I think the dog passed the stone. I went to the patio and looked, but she already hosted because of urine and stuff, and so that's gone. But it turned out that he did find, the doctor, the vet, did find some crystals in his bladder. He said the crystals are small, but they start uniting and sticking together and then become big. And that's probably what happened. He passed the stone. And when he went outside, that he just went whoosh, all this liquid came out. Man, I was sweating bullets. I I thought I thought the poor dog exploded on the internals, and we had a scare. We had a scare. So um, so we did a final checkup, and he has this problem that he goes, he's always doing, you know, and it turns out that he's got dirty teeth in the front, and apparently it's causing a bacteria. And the bacteria, he had a very bad breath. Because I tried to look inside, maybe I thought he had a pimple inside growing. It was causing him to do that, the coughing noise and stuff. So we tried to open his mouth, but he kept yelling because it hurts the joint here in the jaw. And he said no. And the reason he was getting a fever, he was a little high on the fever, is that the infection on the mouth is going and causing problems. So we already have an appointment for next Monday. We're gonna clean his teeth, and we're gonna check. We're gonna take X-rays to the jaw to see what's causing the pain, because sometimes you open his mouth to drop in a pill or medicine, and he yells. It hurts. So it's kind of weird. Other than that, he's in good spirits. He's not lethargic or anything. You tell him, let's go to the car, the truck, he jumps in. He wants to go to the park and walk and run. So at least that is being a trooper. But man, that when he started yelling and screaming like that, I thought we were going to lose him right there. So that was a rough day. That was a rough day. So, anyways, if you saw my last video, you noticed that I was complaining that I couldn't find the table base to set it up outside in my hunting camp. And well, it wasn't really a camp. I just put a couple of chairs out. I cook inside and I sleep inside. So, anyways, and I couldn't find it anywhere in the truck. And I took everything out of the sides, and I said, where the hell is it? Well, I remember that I wanted to paint it. So I said, well, where's the stuff where I want to paint it? It's on my painting table. I got a painting table that I have. It's got wheels outside, and that's where it was. So I did paint it, and here it is. I'm putting the base cups down. They look dirty, but I actually polished them with that polish cleaner that I have over there. They're kind of stained, but it's aluminum, and they're in good shape. And I've been putting it together, and I decided to paint it this color brown, because it is going to get dirty with the dirt and wherever you put it down. So I said, I don't want to. I first started painting it white, and I said, no, I'll go over it again, and I painted it with the stain. This is a stain. So I've been going through. When I was waiting for the doctor to finish with his X-rays and everything, I asked for the secretary to give me a piece of paper and pencil, and I started writing down the stuff that I need to do on the truck. And look at this, I got 16 things. So I've been scratching out what I've been doing, and at the bottom I got here paint table, so that's out of the list. But I gotta do a lot of fix this and fix that, and 17 things I gotta go through. I said, okay, let's do it today. And by the way, I'm gonna smoke while I'm doing this. What is this? Romeo and Juliet, a short one. That's a very good song. He sings like a cowboy, but even Elvis Presley said that he had the best voice, better than him, because he has the highs and the lows. Roy Orbison. I listen to his stuff. Very good, very deep. Okay, so that's done. One more off the list. I'm getting the truck ready because we're gonna do a little fishing. I'm gonna take her. We might go to Mammoth, we might go to Bishop. I'm kind of leaning towards Bishop. So that's it. Bingo bango. That's the base. So I'm gonna put it by the truck. So when I go inside, I bring it in. Right there, let it get some sun. Look down the TV to find out why the TV started making these rackets. So I took it down and I want to see if I can take it apart. But this is going to be something that's going to take time to do. I'm not going to go at it right now. I got to go through the stuff on the list that I can do the quickest. You know what? Let's take a break. Sit out there with Papa a little bit. He's waiting for me. Yeah, look at him. I have to tell you, hiya, Papa, you in good spirits now. Hmm? Hey, I know I'm smoking a cigar. He comes sniffing around. Yeah. I got Papa. Come here, Macho. You're such a pretty. Oh, you're a good looking boy. Come on. I'll tell you what, the day we lose him, I'm gonna get sick. You know, we love our dogs and they're like our children. I hate to think about it. But anyways. I also threw out some seeds. Let's see if that's gonna grow. So we're gonna go fishing, and I think I'm taking my inflatable canoe. The problem is that Papa is a big boy, and I don't know how that's gonna fit. You know, we took the little one once, and she fit perfectly. She's quiet. She sits. This one is a little bit more on the nervous side. He likes to move around, and we'll see. We'll try it. If it doesn't work out, I won't force him on the boat. But I know a lake where I know I can get some fish. It's a nice little lake. I've been going there since '77. Oh. So I'm sitting here watering in this electric car parked in front of my house. Listen to the noise. So I'm asking myself, if it's an electric car, what's making that racket? Because electricity doesn't make noise. So he's got a fan or something to cool off the batteries, maybe. Oh, he's getting up. The car is up. Later. So the guy got off. He went to the neighbors over here. Salesman, I think. And I asked him, why is it making that racket if it's electric? He goes, oh, it's got a fan to cool down the batteries. They have to be at a certain temperature. So the thing with these cars, that you already know how I feel about electric cars. All of a sudden, in the middle of the night, the car exploded and caught on fire. just sitting there after it got wet. And it burnt down the house, I think. Let me get you later.